An article written by Brenda Wilson on the NPR.org website states that car accidents kill 260,000 children and injure 10 million more every single year. I don't know about you, but to me, this is a very scary statistic. Through the audience survey analysis, I found that most participants in the class were 21 to 29-year-old females and have been involved in some sort of child care and cared about car seat safety. After listening to my speech, my audience will be aware of why we need to keep car seats rear-facing longer, some of the reasons that parents turn their car seats forward-facing too soon, and the guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics on car seat usage in infants and toddlers. Children are precious cargo and need to be looked after in every aspect of life. A common mistake that is made by parents is turning a car seat around too soon. They often make this mistake unknowingly. Mark Sedlak, head of Millennium Development Corp and Children Restraint Development, wrote an online article in February of 2013 stating that, according to a 2008 article in the Professional Journal of Pediatrics, children under 2 are 75% less likely to be killed or suffer injuries in a crash if they are rear-facing rather than forward-facing. This is amazing. Amazing statistics. Rear-facing car seats are better adapted to absorb impact. They're specifically made to protect children's head from projectiles during a crash. Failing to follow proper guidelines can result in serious consequences. Turning the car seat around before the correct age and height-weight requirement can lead to seriously bodily harm or death. The American Academy of Pediatrics states on their website that children in the second year of life are 5 times less likely to die or be seriously injured in a crash if they are facing rear rather than facing forward. Only approximately 1 in 1,000 children will suffer lower limb injuries during a crash if they are rear-facing. This rate is much higher if they're forward-facing. When a child is placed forward, facing in the seat, there is stress on his or her neck during an accident. A child's head is very heavy, especially in infancy and young toddler age. When the head is moving forward in a whipped motion during an accident, the spinal column stretches. It can actually stretch up to 8 times more than normal, and this can lead to what's called internal decapitation, which is a severing in the spinal cord. This severing can lead to paralysis and most likely death, all because a kid's heavy head stretched out the spinal cord and they were forward-facing. There are a lot of reasons that parents and caregivers turn their child's seat around too soon. I hear them every single day. Many reasons are, my child is too big, their legs are too long, they look uncomfortable. Amazingly enough, children in this age range are very flexible. Their ligaments and muscles are made to bend in all sorts of positions. I don't know about you, but I've seen children sitting in some crazy positions, and they are so comfortable, and I think, I don't know how you're sitting like that. That looks awful, but it doesn't bother them. They are very comfortable. So the fact that the child is sitting rear-facing and their legs are up like this doesn't bother them at all. It actually has been shown that children who forward-face and legs dangle are actually more uncomfortable. I don't know about you, but when I sit in a higher chair and my legs dangle for too long, it's not very comfortable. Another one I hear is, my child hates to be rear-facing. Children are very fickle creatures, and they're very hard to make content. Toddlers are just beginning to find their independence and are more than likely going to buck anything that you tell them to do. No becomes their new favorite word. Children do not like being restrained for any length of time. This is true. Whether they're rear-facing or forward-facing, they just don't like it. They don't like long car rides. They like to be able to run around and play. A screaming child in the back seat is not a reason to compromise their safety. Screaming means that a child is breathing and that they're healthy. Screaming means that they are safe. There are many activities that you can do when your child is rear-facing to keep them content. You can give them color books, crayons, a new activity, cars, even snacks to help keep them from screaming. And if they scream, as annoying as it can be, let them scream. At least you know that they're safe. So you might be asking yourself, what can I do? What are the guidelines? There is an easy solution for this problem. It's knowing the facts. The guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics are what parents should be following. The American Academy of Pediatrics is a group of doctors, around 60,000 to be exact, that come up with safety guidelines and annual preventative care guidelines. According to thehealthychildren.org, the type of car seat depends on several things: child age, child size, and child weight. It also states that infants and toddlers should be rear-facing only, or in rear-facing convertible car seats only. They should remain in a rear-facing car seat until the age of 2, and they reach the height and weight requirement by the car seat. This is not an either-or type of situation. If your child is 2, but they do not meet the max height and weight, then you do not turn them around. Some children are 4 and just meet the height and weight requirement for car seats. Then so be it. I would rather my child be safe than turn them around too soon. As you can see, this is a very important subject to consider. In order to keep our children safe during car rides, it is imperative that we follow all guidelines concerning rear-facing car seats. If we do not follow the guidelines provided, serious injury and death will occur. The simple way to fix this is by keeping children rear-facing until 2, and the child reaches the maximum height-weight limit for the convertible or rear-facing car seat. As I said before, it's better not to compromise when carrying such precious cargo. Even if they throw a fit about sitting backwards, it's better to listen to them screaming than to no longer be able to listen to them at all because a tragedy happened during a car ride. Thank you.